Alright, so the patch has been out for a bit. I've been, paying very close attention to the meta and just kind of making my opinions very strong on what is good now. So what I wanted to do today is talk about one hero for every role that I think is particularly underlooked or underabused right now. Some of these are just straight up good on Dota buff win rate. I don't think they're hidden gems in terms of Dota buff win rate, but a few of the other ones are heroes that I've either played, seen played, or just have impressed me. Well, yeah, I guess seen played in my pubs or just in games that I've watched. So without further ado, let's go over one hero for each rule. I got some pretty cool ones here. A lot of them honestly just overtake games. They're just kind of overwhelming heroes, which I feel like works nowadays. You just want these heroes that just, do so much. They just do a lot. I don't know how else to put it. But alright, let's start off with the safe lane. Also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like, literally, with the gameleap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but actually you want to become much, much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the gameleap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below. I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. Getting into it, we have Naga Siren. Honestly, I've liked Naga Siren for a bit. I thought the hero was good, and then all of a sudden, in the recent B patch, Naga was wildly buffed. On top of that, in 7.32, just in general, the hero was buffed significantly. But what was changed in 7.32B that made this hero so dang good? First of all, Naga Siren got 10 attack speed. Just flat out, 10 attack speed. Which is insane. This is a buff that Slark got this patch, and it actually made the hero way better in the lane. It's extremely noticeable how much better Naga and Slark are at last hitting, contesting every single CS, contesting every single deny, getting 2 hits off sometimes before the opponent can react, causing you to get an extra 3, 4, 5, 6 CS and denies per lane, which adds up. And with Riptide, which is attack-based, you do way more damage when farming and just when going on people in the lane. The hero is just straight up way better. On top of that, Ensnare was buffed. The W was, you can cast it faster. The Shard was buffed. It lasts for longer. On top of that, Mirror Image was buffed. So where you cast it faster and the split time is longer. So basically the hero goes invulnerable for a longer period of time and can, dodge the spells quicker. So Naga is just, I think she was already good. I think she pairs well with a lot of the top meta supports like Jakiro. That's been a classic combo for ages now. You cast Song, you cast Ice Path, and you kill the enemy. Very straightforward combo, extremely, extremely powerful, and I think it's better than ever right now. So in terms of, by the way, the most impressive thing to me about the hero is that on Dota buff, it is the highest win rate hero this week. In every other hero, Arc Warden, lower, Undying, crazy hero, lower, Meepo, wild hero, lower, Omni Knight, one of the craziest 5s in pubs, lower, Visage, lower. Everyone is lower than Naga Siren. It is the highest win rate carry. Yes, it's going to take some practice to get good at it, but honestly, even if you don't know how to split up the illusions like you're supposed to, basically, if you want to get into Naga, look up one of my videos. I have plenty on Naga, I'm pretty sure. Just learn how to do the 2-2 split when farming in jungle, and you're going to just wipe through camps and cut some waves. Just if you can learn the 2-2 split on the illusions, you'll flash farm and go crazy on this hero. I think it's extremely good in this current meta, and I can't recommend it enough. All right, coming in at number 2, we have Meepo. I know. You don't want to hear it. My mid laner of choice is Meepo, but I'm just being real. I honestly think pros should even consider experimenting with this hero. As insane as that is, especially with the small camp being gone, I kind of feel like it favors Meepo, because even though Meepo would take the small camp, like a lot of other mids, he can farm large camps early on into the game. So while the other mid hero is just clearing the wave, Meepo can clear mid and clear the large camp. So the hero farms very fast, even with the change on the small camp. So I think that favors Meepo, right? It's good for the hero. What else? Honestly, I think his axe is just broken. I think Meepo Dig, his axe, is just straight up really, really good. It gives you 40% of your health back, because I think a lot of people don't know what it does. So here's what it does. You buy axe, and then every Meepo gets a new ability, Dig. You go into the ground, You burrow up. It's like Nick's burrow, except you can't be hit. So basically everyone in the lobby is going to think you disappeared because it doesn't really make it very clear that you went into the ground because it's instant. It's literally instant cast. You click the button, Meepo goes into the ground. He just disappears. I've had multiple students of mine, some of my coaching students, play against Meepo, and they just, the guy goes into the ground, they don't know he's there, and so they walk away, and I'm like, oh, it's so sad, it's so broken, but yeah, it heals to Meepo for 40%, but most importantly, the way to kill Meepo is to kill one of the Meepos. You put him in the ground, the other 3 Meepos keep whacking away, killing whoever went on him, and you turn the fight. It's extremely good, and yeah, I just think the hero, if you get good at it, yes, it takes some practice, but I think in this meta, I don't believe the hero is going to get nerfed for a while either. It could even get buffed again for all I know, because I don't see pros picking it, so it could get buffed again, just for that reason. And yeah, I think the hero's probably a little bit too good if you learn how to farm. Coming in at number 3, one of my favorite offlaners of the patch is Primal Beast. I'm actually really excited that this hero is back in the meta, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a secret tip, a little bit of tech that I've been using that I think is really good on this hero. So one of the major nerfs when Primal Beast got slaughtered was the nerf to his Q, which basically made Onslaught, your stun and charge forward ability, be heard. If you were in the tree line, you would hear it, right? So if someone's farming the creep wave and you're in the tree line and you try to catch them off guard and channel it, they will hear it. So you can almost always react to Primal Beast coming. However, his shard is a rock. You throw a rock. Now, this rock, as cheesy as it sounds, because it's literally just called rock throw, stuns for 1.75 seconds and has a stupid long cast range. It also doesn't make some stupid noise like Onslaught does. You don't have to go like woo before, using the ability. And so you can throw this rock, stun the person on the creep wave, and then proceed to channel Onslaught. That will then stun them again. That stuns them for a really long time. While they are stunned during Onslaught, you can trample for a little bit. After trampling for a little bit, you can then pulverize them, your ultimate. All of a sudden, you've solo killed the hero in the lane. And of course, you can do this in team fights as well, and it's just as easy. So honestly, Underlord, he dominates the lane right now. This hero's a great laner, really good laner. I don't like playing it against Faceless Void. That matchup, not fun in my opinion. Really don't like that matchup. But other than that, Animage isn't the best, but honestly in the game it's fine. Onslaught's such a problem for Animage. Even the rock throw is a problem for Animage. Even Pulverize, even though he can reflect it, is kind of a problem for Animage, considering you have 2 other stuns that can prevent the counterspell from really being effective. So, I think this Primal Beast hero, extremely good, giga underrated. Just gotta get good at the mechanics. It is a little bit difficult. It has some intricacies that if you, for instance, Onslaught plus Trample is really key on this hero. Using Uproar is something that's a little bit hard. Pulverize is a weird ability. You gotta rush BKB, and I think people don't. So there's a bunch of reasons why people will feed on it, but if you get good at it, I think it's really, really deadly right now. My position 4 hero of choice is Snapfire. Did you know her shard one-shots creep waves? If you cookie the range creep, you one-shot creep waves. Now, to be fair, cookie plus Scatterblast one-shot creep waves anyway, so it's not really that crazy of a buff. In fact, the old Snap Shard is probably just better, but it's a cool concept. It really pushes people very far as well. Also, did you know Snapfire's new shard makes Cookie go the same distance as Force Staff? So you can really save teammates with the new Cookie. It's pretty impressive. Honestly, the new shard it's a little bit weird because you can make the Cookie miss because it makes it go further, so it can kind of throw you off a little bit. But I just think this hero is well-rounded. I'll keep it real. I don't think there's anything that special about Snap that got changed necessarily, but I do think that the hero's a great laner. I think the Cookie is just straight up good. I do believe it requires a little bit of synergy, but you can use it on yourself a lot of the time, especially if you do have Shard, you can definitely do that. And then she's really good at just sitting in the lane and continuing to win the lane, which I think really favors the flag bearer meta. So, well-rounded hero. I'm not going to go on and say, I think Snapfire is the best 4 of the patch or just absolutely insane. I already made a video on what I think are the best 4s of the patch, but I think it's a well-rounded hero that's definitely good to try. Snapfire, and will be underrated as a result, is Snapfire. Coming in at number 5, maybe this isn't even underrated, I'm not going to lie. I've just seen it so many times in my games now at this point that it's just, I can't even stand playing against it anymore. It's Undying. Dude. I'm an offlaner, right? It is my worst nightmare to lane against Undying. Every decay, I just want you guys to put this in perspective. Every time you cast decay on Undying, you heal for 80 health. If you get a 2-man decay, you get 160 health. That is literally eating a tango on a 10-second cooldown.
and they stack on top of each other. You cannot lane against Undying. It is impossible. It is impossible. The only few heroes that I think can get away with it are like Enigma, because he can get the lane back, Shaker, because he can get the lane back. Even then, when the lane pushes forward, things get awkward. So just all in all, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just hard. It's just hard. There's nothing else to say. It's just hard to play against Undying. If you haven't started trying it yet and you're a 5 player, all you have to do to not grief on this hero is kill yourself at level 1. Just don't run into 2 heroes before you build up decay. Just build up like at least 8 decay. 12 was probably better, but build up 8 to 12 decay and then start hitting people when they go off the creep wave. Don't run into heroes when you have no decay built up, please. And you'll dominate. Max out the tombstone. Click your ulti, tell your team, hey guys, my hero is extremely good at taking Roche, because Roche has to do 2 hits to kill the zombies. And yes, Tombstone spawns zombies on Roche. So you click the Tombstone, right, which makes it really hard to run into Roshan. The enemy tries to run into Roshan, but there's a Tombstone, so they can't. And then the Roshan is being tanked by Tombstone. You click Flesh Golem, which amps damage. I don't think people know this. When Undying clicks his ulti, whoever he hits takes bonus damage, right? Takes bonus damage. And so that includes Roche. So the hero is like one of the best Roshan heroes in Dota, period. It's insane. If you buy your shard, which I don't really recommend on support, unless you want a solo Roche, which is hilarious that you can do that. Position 5 Undying with like 2 gloves of haste. Can solo Roche. I don't know. It's something, you know. It's honestly don't think rushing Undying shard on support is that bad, but I'm not saying do that. I just think it's funny. Either way, I think the most common build on this would be a Holy Lock in Mech or a Ghost Scepter Rush. I think Ghost Scepter Rush is good or Glimmer Rush, depends on the game, depends on the enemy team's main damage type. If they're magical, Glimmer, physical, Ghost. The reason why I prefer this over like Force Staff is your hero wants to just lead the fight, right? So like let's say your team's running into a dark area, click that Flesh Golem, run up to the hill, put down the Tombstone and get in there. You know what I mean? And if you don't have Glimmer or Ghost, you can just die. Like your hero's 0 armor basically, so you just kind of feed if you don't have one of these items. Which is why I really recommend Ghost Scepter most of the time. But alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If there's other heroes that you've been spamming, let me know in the comment section down below. Maybe I'll make a full video just using your guys' comments on what you think is good. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace!
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.